Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another developer segment here. I am Tankz0rz, and we have Mr. Bam. How you doing,
I am
Bam?
back again. I'm doing well. I am dressed for the occasion.
Oh, I like your little pirate hat in the background there. I
Why,
mean,
thank you.
on your head right there.
Okay, so funny story. The community team got a little upset with me as they reminded me this morning, like, hey, you got like a pirate hat today, right? Or like an outfit to wear. And I'm like, crap.
It's
They're
like, oh,
asking me,
you
like,
you've been so
go.
busy, huh?
Yeah, so we are kind of in a milestone lockdown as of today. So, we are kind of swamped, very busy. And I mean, to be quite honest, I also completely forgot that I made that deal last week. So this is the best I can offer. I hope this hat looks fitting. I just got to keep myself very still in this spot here.
Just don't move too much. You'll be all right, right?
That's going to be difficult. I'm a very twitchy, fidgety individual.
That's all good. Well, Bam, what about tanks? That's what we're all here.
That's what we're all here for. Let's talk tanks, you guys.
What's going on this week in the world of tanks here?
Yep. So this week we released the new Cold War tech tree line, the Czech tanks, specific to Era One. We have the TVP 5051. This is a post-war medium, and its current standing win rate a whopping 58.7%. That's number one out of the 20 tanks within the post-war medium bracket. I may have to bring that to attention to the tank guys. Like, that's a pretty high win rate right there. And then an average damage of 2,974, which is also number one out of 9. Then we have the TVP 5049, also post-war medium within the Czech line, with a win rate of 55.1%, number 2 out of 20. And then average damage 1,834. That is number 1 out of 6. And then the last one, as part of the Cold War tech tree Czech line, TVP VTU with the 88 millimeter barrel, also a post-war medium, standing at a win rate of 51.1%, number 6 out of 20, and an average damage standing of a 1,152. So check those all out if you guys haven't already done so. And give them a go.
Yeah, definitely. Seems like they're pretty neat tanks.
Yes,
And then
sir.
on top of that, we also have a hunter/destroyer challenge to support these new tech tree releases.
Yep,
So
and that's running through, I believe, next week still, till the
yeah,
26th.
26.
Yeah. In addition, we've also announced this last week, we did kind of another Tanks Reforged update specific to the Czech medium, to Czech tanks, including the TVP 5051 line between tiers 7 and tier 10 in the World War II game mode. Specifically, the tier 7 T-34-100 will receive a slight buff to its stock gun penetration. The tier 8 TVP VTU will has multiple changes that came in: an updated turret, a new engine added for improved mobility, as well as improved penetration and gun reload. And then the tier 9 TVP 50, we gave this one a slight improvement to the stock gun and an improved speed limit. And lastly, tier 10, the TVP 5051, we changed the clip rate back to a 1.5 second, buffed the reload slightly, and increased the ammo capacity to support the ammunition needed for the duration of the battle. This was at 48 rounds previously. This is now at 64 rounds. It's very
And
exciting
then
stuff there.
this is
Did you want to say
Pirate
it?
Week.
Pirate Week, yeah.
And let's see what we got here to show for Pirate Week. We have Jolly Roger here.
The 3D Pirate Commander, you guys.
Oh, oops, that's Bam Pirate. I meant to show this one.
Oh, you showed them that.
Oops.
Tank asked me last week if he could show you guys that image. I laughed. I missed the memo on it, and I did give him permission this week.
So yeah, we have Jolly Roger, our nice little pirate captain. And 1 second. To support Jolly Roger, there's Shiver Me Timbers Urnop with a key card and a medal,
as well as the Jolly Roger emblem as a reward. And then we forgot to mention the pirate key card going along with it too.
Pirate key cards as well.
So check them out. We get, we like to keep historically accurate and keep a lot of our 3D commanders, to those that want them to look and represent, tanks and as regular commanders. But we do enjoy having fun for seasonal events, holidays. Halloween might have something coming for you guys as well. But of course, for Pirate Week, we couldn't say no to having some sort of pirate commander. So check them out. On sale now.
And then upcoming, we have some exciting new stuff, don't we, Bam?
We do. Before we get to that, what do you think we set up ourselves for a giveaway for our lovely watchers?
Mr. Bam, I like how you think. So why don't we go ahead and give our lovely viewers here a chance to win an NM116 Panzerjäger and the skin. What do you think about that?
All right. Yes.
All right. Well, if you'd like to enter for that, go ahead and fill out this link. Enter your Wargaming ID. For me, it'd be Tankz0rz-X or P for PlayStation. And you'll be eligible for all of our giveaways today.
Perfect. And we'll announce those winners in a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta let it cook in the oven for a little bit.
As I like to put it. All right, for next week, we have the new Cold War tank, the Super M48 coming. And this will be available in bundles, the primed, fully loaded, and base. So please look forward to that.
I see, there's a little discrepancy with the link I sent, so I'll get that figured out here in a second, and we'll
technical difficulties.
Yep. Time zones.
Hey, nobody called us out for starting a little bit late, did they?
Listen, maybe I saw someone. I don't remember. don't talk about it, Bam. Let's keep it under the covers here. No. Yeah, I'm fixing the link right now, so we should be good.
No worries. Do we have some imagery or screenshots to show our guests on the Super M48?
Oh yeah, let's take a look at that. Multitasking.
You can do it.
There we go. Super M48.
There we go. So coming next week. All right, up next, we have some premium bonuses. You guys can earn an extra 50% silver and XP on tier 5s and up, specifically on the following lines. For the PZKPFW tier 7, the FV217 Badger line, and the T110E5 line. And then this actually has come up in questions quite a bit. And, we're very actually excited to announce this because you guys have been asking about it and pitching it as an idea. And I believe we have hinted that we were going to bring this up in the future. Premium contracts, we are bringing them to the game. And the very first contract that will be available will give you guys the Tiger 1 hammer tank.
Ooh.
Free to earn via the premium contract.
I like how, right as you said tiger, your little kitty cat over there walk right in
front of you. Little tiger cat, yeah.
I also saw a question here if the tank here, the Super M48, if it's Cold War or World War II, that is a Cold War.
It is a Cold War tank. So I may have missed that. Awesome. I'm not sure. Did we have an asset to show for the T1 Hammer? This, of course, is an older premium tank. It has been on sale before. In fact, it was probably like one of our very early premium tanks that we started selling or had through an earn-up years ago. But available coming next week. via premium contracts.
When this tank first initially released, I was super excited because I thought the skin was really cool looking, and
Yeah,
I really liked playing German heavy tanks at the time. So
I actually didn't get into German heavy tanks until we had the release of the Tiger Hammer,
right,
because I actually didn't have it unlocked at the time in my tech tree. Checked it out here. I'm like, oh, okay, I get the feel and enjoyment of this.
yeah, I definitely thought that was a really cool looking tank, so I enjoyed playing it a lot.
Yeah. All right. So up next for more content coming next week, we have a lot of tanks that will be available to grab with free XP. Now, bear with me. I'm going to read off a lot of tank names. Probably going to butcher some of the pronunciations, but let's just make sure we hit them all. Ready?
Let's go.
So, tanks for free XP, starting with the T-34-88, the Scourge Kirovets 1, the T-54E2, the TL-1LPC, the Banshee Comet, TS-5, the HWK-30, the Stryker Kanonenjagd Panzer, the WZ-122, T-95E3, Vanguard ELC Even, Falcon T-92, the Awful Panther, the PZ-58 Mutz, E-25, AC-4 Experimental, the Emil 1951, T-52, the Panhard EBR-75, and lastly, the Progetto M35 Mod 46. Oh,
I love the name of the Striker Kanonenjagdpanzer.
I was saying it, I'm like, I think I just butchered this one.
I love that one because it's like so long, just like one ginormous word here, and I feel like when we first released it, like we had to like deal with
Truncation, right?
truncation issues, right? Which is
Yep.
where like the word doesn't fit in like the word box, and we got to make sure all that looks nice and tidy for these guys.
Yeah, that one might have been the catalyst of taking a look at some of our unique tank names that, we still want to keep the base tank name as part of it, but like add an extra striker flair to it, and it just grows to so much. Anyway. And then up next, we still got a few more content updates to share with you guys for stuff coming next week. We have the With Honors Challenge. If you guys place in the top 5 XP earners on your team, top 5, in a battle, you get to earn 25% extra silver on that battle. And this is actually going to be available 3 times per day. So bank yourselves on that silver and get those silver boosters on top of that.
Yeah, so go ahead and polish your tank off, and let's see what you got. Try to get them top 5 spots.
Yep. And then lastly, for next week, we have the Tier 8, 9, 10, more XP, XP extravaganza event, however you want to categorize that. Enjoy double XP on your battles by completing one of the following. Deal at least 500 damage to an enemy number of enemy tanks in a battle. Deal at least 500 spot assist damage to enemy tanks in a battle, or detect 2 or more enemy tanks in a surviving battle.
You gotta make sure you stick out to the end there.
Mm-hmm. And that's it for content updates coming next week, guys. Beyond that, how are we doing on the giveaway? Do we have a winner picked out yet?
Let's take a look and see if we have a winner. Do we have a winner? We have a winner.
Oh,
we have a winner.
A winner has been chosen.
A winner has been chosen. Now we must download the winner. The winner is Sinister Ways. Congratulations,
hey!
Sinister Ways.
Congrats. Before we move on, I just happened to see a question come up really quick. Do you mind putting up that picture again of the Super M48? This is a request of Max Miner Tanker.
Sure.
It's like, while we were still somewhat on the subject of the content of next week, We may
There
have
we go.
pulled that one down a little too quick.
Super M48 is currently up.
Sinister One chimes in. You got my GT wrong. Different Sinisters.
It's your brother over there. It's not you, Mr. Sinister One.
Actually, if this is the same Sinister, I believe it is. He was running a fun event last Friday on Custom Games. I happened to come across his Twitch stream and jumped in.
Oh, really? What are you guys doing over there?
Oh, we played a game of hide and seek on Hellfire Pass. That was really exciting. They also ran. We did some races on Abbey, and then just like a general tier 8, just a general tier 8 match, also on Hellfire.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So I keep an eye out. I try to see, like, when I just take notice who's playing what. I love that our players come up with some unique game ideas sometimes. I'm all for it. I want to try them out. And I want to be part of it too.
Cool. I think you said that Cone was also there with you? Just the Cone?
Yes, I do recall Just a Cone being available too.
Oh, awesome. Look at you playing with our community. Well, I feel like everyone's going to try and steal you on the weekends here now.
Oh, boy. You and me, Tank.
All right, let's do it. All right, I think it's shout-out time here. So,
Shout-out time.
as always, for butchering your names and for you doing awesome, we're going to go ahead and give you a confidential key card. First up in the TVP VTU 88, we have Katy Perry Days with 9 kills in a single battle.
Very nice.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
We also have Minty Fresh 3666 with 9,104 damage in a single battle. And we have Sin Buckin with 5,453 assisted damage in a single battle.
And that's all accomplished with the new TVP VTU that released just this past week. Very exciting. And up next, specifically in the Skoda T5049, hey, we recognize this guy. He came up before. Ferret Man 115 with 8,901 damage in a single battle, as well as 8,112 assisted damage in a single battle. It's unclear if that's the same battle, but wow. But all in the same tank.
No, it'd be pretty cool if it wasn't the same match, right?
Mm-hmm. It'd be wild. And then up next, the TVP. This one will be in the TVP T50 5151. Is that Teacher? I think it's Tetcher 97,450 and Bonesneak with 10 kills in a single battle. Congrats to both of you.
I like that gamer tag.
Bonesneak.
Yeah, it's unique.
Speaking of Bonesneak, he comes up again. So not only did he get 10 kills in a single battle, Bonesneak also dealt 9,513 damage in a single battle. I want to imagine that might be the same battle, but who knows?
And
who knows? Bonesneak knows.
Finally, No Shadow Drama Free with 6,439 assisted in a single battle. So, congratulations.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations. I think his name is No Show Drama Free.
Oh, No Show.
No Show.
What'd I say?
No Shadow.
No Shadow. Listen, I gotta wear two pairs of glasses here in order to read these correctly. And that was in the TVP T5051. So, congratulations.
And then we also have a medal showcase. Congratulations to Washito81 in their Waffentrager E100 and VZ55 Enjoyer in their WZ111 for both earning the Tankz0rz medal. And just for some context, the Tankz0rz medal is awarded to players who destroy 5 enemy vehicles and survive the battle to a victory despite receiving 5 different critical hits and losing 80% or more of their own health. And the destroyed enemy vehicles count after all the damage is received. So huge congrats. Let's see. And then lastly, still on the shout-outs here, we always like to kind of wrap this up with the milestones. Huge congratulations and thank you to, let's see, Tomasz. Is that how would you pronounce it? Tomasz, 2014?
Yeah,
Let's go
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Tomasz, 2014, and K. Kopelefon for reaching 100,000 battles. And then lastly, Schleicher 2 for all reaching 110,000 battles. Very
Congratulations to
awesome.
everyone for doing an amazing job as you always surprise us every week.
Yep, yep.
I feel like
Ooh.
my favorite medals to always get are the ones that are like, receive all these like shots or like deflect all this damage. And listen, I just like being a tank in the presence, and absorbing as much damage as possible.
Just shrug it all off
Yeah,
and
yeah.
laugh at it.
Didn't even hurt, and I'm sitting over here with like half an HP
Just a
left.
scratch.
Yeah, just a scratch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an achievement in the game too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, before we move on, let's do another giveaway. What do you
Yeah,
think?
absolutely. So let's go ahead and, well, you know what? Since we have a brand new fancy tank here, why don't we give away one of those guys?
Are you talking about the Super M48 here?
Yeah, Super M48.
Oh, not so. This is something we can award to the player, but they get it to their account on release next week. Is that
Correct,
correct?
correct. And then if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a look at our Twitter giveaway, because we're also giving away a Super M48 over there, if I'm not mistaken. So you get two chances to win the brand new tank.
Very awesome. Best of luck, guys.
Yeah, so the link is in chat. If you've already entered in it, you're already set. If you haven't entered, go ahead and give that guy a click over there.
Real quick, I saw this comment. This is from Jeremy Pantera. The real medals are the friends we make along the battles.
That's awesome. That's
Tankz0rz, you're my medal friend.
Aw, Bam, you're my metal friend. I like our new metal system.
So this week, I just want to make note, we are going to be passing on any sort of going over the heat maps this time around. Like I mentioned, we were kind of in a tight deadline milestone lockdown. So I've been a little bit swamped. I'll try to get back to you guys next week on some updates and heat maps then. So in that case, I think we're ready to go straight on to questions.
Yeah, definitely. I saw a quick question right here. Gunny's asking, which era is the Super M48 for? It's Cold War. It's a Cold War tank.
Cold War tank. Let me confirm. I believe it's an Era 2.
Yeah, it should be Era 2.
Yeah.
We'll get confirmation if we're mistaken here, but yeah, it's should be Cold War Era 2. How do we enter? You enter by filling out this link here and just entering your Wargaming ID. But I think it is question time here, Mr. Bam.
I'm ready. I've been trying to keep an eye on the chat as well, because we also kind of we would like to roll in some questions that come from Discord and from the Reddits.
The Reddits.
The Reddits. I realize how like dad that sounded.
Oh no, we're gonna have to start rolling in the dad jokes from Not That Debo.
All right. So, first question from Reddit user Worried Amoeba 2. Can we get Yugoslavian tech tree either in World War II or Cold War? I believe the research has been kind of like done and it's been looked into. There's a lot of historical data and accuracy that goes into figuring out how do we apply these tanks into the game. I'm not sure if we actually have these tanks physically. I say physically, but the data actually built for them and the models. But a lot of the just the idea and the research behind them all is all jotted down. So nothing currently in the schedule to release any dates yet, but we will let you guys know when we have something coming down the pipe. Oh, let's see. From Reddit user Bam1500. The question about limit of light tanks per team. Is there a limit of any other type of tank per team, not including artillery? If there are limits, why is one type of tank limited to a certain number and another type unlimited? A lot of this really does boil down to balancing, as well as user concerns, because our artillery, for instance, we used to allow for more than like 3 artillery per team, and this can get very frustrating for players. And we understand. We are still working on some updates and tuning for the artillery line. And we also get that, the struggles or frustration there might be when there's a lot of light tanks in the game as well. So, we have those in the back of our mind and considerations of how we can apply some changes in the future. One thing that was actually brought to my attention very recently was some matches could very well pair one team with some light tanks and the other team doesn't get any light tanks. So that is actually something that we are noticing and trying to make sure. This isn't really about limiting or minimizing how many of these light tanks can be in a battle, but making sure there's a more even distribution so at least both teams can get light tanks. Next question from Discord user Beaver. Are you planning more pinup style camos in the future? I really hope so, because those are sick. They are well designed. The UI artists who behind them did a fantastic job. And we actually do have a few more scheduled to come out. So, let us know. Do you guys love the ones we've done thus far? If there's demand for them, we can always make the request tickets and start planning more in the future.
Yeah, they're definitely really cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Another question here from Discord user SpearX Flying. When are the German light tanks and TDs coming to Cold War?
One, I'm very impressed with how well you handled that name, because I was looking at it and I probably would have just spelled it all out. Anyway, to the question. German light tanks and TDs coming to Cold War, possibly early next year. Still work to be done there, so nothing that I can really give hard dates for you guys at this time.
Question from YouTube here. Daniel Ray. Is there a chance that we can see the Swedish tanks in Cold War?
The chances are really good. Let's just say we may have one planned for later this year. Stay tuned.
Interesting. Thank you very much for that. I saw a non-gaming related question here. What's the weather like in the Windy City? It's nice 80, right?
A nice good 80 today. I was actually sweating. I went for a walk during my lunch.
80, 81, nice and sunny.
Nice and sunny. Funny enough, I think over the weekend it dropped to the 60s. We had some rain come in.
Yeah, there was lots of rain. Let's take a look here. We have more cool questions. We have Goliath Games TV, Cold War medals? ? That's it.
Yeah, this comes up quite a bit. And hey, I think, shout out to you, Goliath. I think you've brought this question to attention before as well. I'm very well aware of the demand and desire to have this in the game. We are working on getting it planned for next year. This is a large task on our UI team to art up and come up with all these medals. What are the requirements to unlocking it? It's not an easy thing to say, hey, we'll just get this in next week to you guys. There's a lot of planning to be put into place here. And then how far we can really expand out the criteria for unlocking some of these medals. We can have some fun with it and also consider real to life historical situations that might be very appropriate as well. So no hard dates, but plan for next year.
Oddball 39 is asking what map will be used for the Halloween battle.
If you guys recall previous years where we had Dead City and maybe one other map, you guys might remember the name of it and remember the map it's based off of. It might be making a nice triumphant return.
Ooh,
I'll kind of just leave it as a tease for now. But you're not getting just one map.
Oh, more than one map.
But I will also say you're not. We also didn't make a new map.
We also didn't make a new map. Okay. Question here from Steve McQueen. all the Cold War premiums be on sale all the time and have to wait for them to come back on sale?
I don't have a great answer. This is part of a larger topic that we'll try to cover in more detail in the future for you guys. So apologies. That's really all I can say at this time.
Next question from Papa is if I if I earn it and I have it already, do I get the gold in relation to the Tiger 1 hammer? So he's saying if he wins it and he already has it, what happens?
This is the same way we handle like all of our other challenges in the game. If it is a tank you already own and you did the work to grind through it on, say, this premium contract that we will be releasing, no different from any other one of our earn challenges, you will be rewarded the silver equivalent of what that tank would cost in gold.
Maximiner Tanker asks, can you give us a few more details about the Super M48?
Actually, stay tuned after the stream or shortly after. The article will be coming out. So all the details will be there for you guys. So be sure to check it out.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Chloroform is asking, when will 2x silver bundles be back in the store?
Currently, no plans for having them back in the store, but there will be some opportunities to earn some for free.
Very good. Darky57 is asking, any chance for future opportunities to buy Tier 1 and Tier 2 tanks again?
Well, for the tech tree tanks, they are retired. So unfortunately, no. We have done the retired premium tanks and have brought them back as part of an anniversary event. So you can look forward to seeing those again. Yeah, that's really all I can give on that subject at this time.
Let's see, lost my place. Where are we at? Blakeski96 is asking, is the Terran going for free XP at any point like the other Tier 10 premiums?
So some Tier 10s are gold, while others, yes, are free XP. It's possible there could be a future event, but nothing currently in the plan.
We have another question here from Steve McQueen again. He's asking, when will we get more camo options, just like how they have on PC?
So our senior gameplay engineer, as well as our tank designer, they've been working really hard on implementing new camos into the game. And we've been also trying to find the bandwidth to get more created and pushed on. So yes, some are coming. Look forward to it, but I can't give any specifics on dates just yet.
Excellent. Ethan Davis 66 asks, T77 reload buff? ?
No plans at this moment. It is number 4 in damage for all Tier 8 heavy tanks. So just FYI, it is always something I can run by the tank designers, like just to take a look at, but it's hard to make an argument when it's already got a very high standing.
Question from everyone's favorite Tactical Potato 87. When will there be more than one Halloween Commanders? Will there be more than one Halloween Commanders next month?
Yep, we are actually planning on bringing 2 new commanders.
Excellent. Sounds very spooky. Can't wait to see them. Super M48 is era 2, so yeah, we were correct on that. Let's see what else we got. Disbanded Death 1 is asking when, or with RD 2.0, when eventually we decide to implement it. Are we going to do it with all RD lines at once, or just like the US one starting off and then, trickling them in?
So let me provide some context. When we initially started the initiative of RD 2.0, we were attempting a test of running it through just the US RD line to see how that performs and measure the results of it and how that might have changed player usage of playing as RDs and other players countering and going up against them. Did we see a dip in the average damage output, the survivability, even the win rate of US line Artie. That being said, we didn't move forward with that change. Thanks to a lot of the results and feedback that we got from our super testers, we realized we wouldn't be able to get concrete data to really measure this. So we are actually looking at, for next step, releasing all nations of Artie lines to have some tuning changes. Again, I can't give specifics on the date. It is something that we're still working on, and we'll once again run through our super test, get their feedback on it before we can even before we decide to throw it to the live environment for you guys to check out.
Sounds good. Sergio Vergara is asking, excuse me, I have a question. Now that the new branch for Czechoslovakian tanks have just been put on, would it be considered for the Second War nations to arrive in Cold War mode?
Could it be considered that the other Second War nations will arrive in Cold War mode? Possibly. We'd have to figure out what nations those are. It'll just have to be up to discussion and planning in the future.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Patton45 is asking, will there be new Awakened tanks this year?
Yep. I'm actually not going to drop any hints. There is some brand new powers that you guys get to play around with. Just look forward to it. We will certainly have a fun, like maybe Halloween debut stream to go over more details and share with you guys the surprises.
Cool.
For a later time.
Sounds great. Bam, I think I need help with this name.
Grolsch. Grolsch X. That's how I would say it.
So Mr. Grolsch here is asking, Ribbon's coming back anytime soon?
Maybe.
Alrighty.
A strong maybe.
Sounds great. Something to keep our eyes out for. Mr. Tankz0rz is asking, Mr. Trias is asking, any news for French Cold War tanks?
Sometime we're aiming sometime next year, but as we still kind of nail down and feed into what all the content plans will be for the roadmap, things can always get changed.
Cool. Alibaba is asking, can we get Romanian Rondel to put on tanks?
We can take a look. I guess if I can get a ticket for this, I'm not the most familiar, but we can certainly investigate and see what kind of workload that would take. Mm-hmm. So, thank you for the suggestion.
We have a question from Anjo do Destino is asking, can we have clan management inside the game?
So, yeah, we understand that this is absolutely a desire, because this was mentioned before. Very much like the Cold War medals, it is a UI-intensive feature. So we'd really have to figure out, and kind of balance, what can we release in this milestone versus this? What is the time that we can afford to, put in a clan management feature, and what are the goals to doing so? It is something on our mind, but like I said, we often have to weigh, where our priorities are and what we feel is best to release earlier rather than later.
Right, and it's usually, I'd say, pretty tricky, right? Because I feel like most features that go into a game, as we mentioned before, usually have to go through UI in some way, shape, or fashion, right? So this one will definitely be a UI intensive task.
Endeavor, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You got this one, or you want me to take it?
We have a question here from Nova Fire 55. When can we apply boosters after battle?
So, right now, no. There is no plans for adding this change. The boosters are priced knowing that, even if you have a good or bad game, the amount you do gain kind of varies. So if you are looking for a guaranteed amount of XP and then using the gold to convert that XP to free XP in the store, it is a better option. this was a feature that like came by from a ticket, and we had some discussion on it. Ultimately, we kind of benched it for now. Something we could revisit again in the future, because we do know that's something that players are asking about as well.
Mm-hmm. We have a question here from listen, these guys,
You got it.
These guys got too many X's in your names over here. Acquiexes 909 Adriano. Is that something around those lines, Bam? What do you think? They're asking
Akiexes.
They're asking for thermal or night sights equipments for tanks which are Era 3. He says that would be cool.
Yeah, very early on when we were feature planning for the Cold War game mode, we had ideas like this and how we can support it. And thoughts of like, there's some considerations like if we do a night vision mode, players are kind of like you have to make a decision ahead of time before going into matchmaking. Like, do I apply this night sight equipment for this tank, and then you might not end up actually hitting a night map that is appropriate to have that equipment on. So some challenges like that we have to figure out and identify. What I will say is thermal and night sight like equipment is on our minds, and it is something we feel is some value and would be exciting for new gameplay opportunities. No plans for now, but as always, something we are aware of and want to look into future implementation at some point or another.
I know it doesn't necessarily work this way, but I'd like to imagine that like if you load it into the match with like your night vision system and it's
high noon.
Yeah, then like you go look through like your tank and it's just all blown out and you can't see anything. That'd be terrible.
Blind firing.
Yeah, I mean it'd definitely be something interesting to think about, but I always like how the highest tech, like night vision, is often defeated by the lowest tech being a flashlight. So you just flashlight the tank, you're like, I can't see.
Well, there you go. There's the counterbalance. We give headlights to tanks.
Mm-hmm. We have a question here from the Crusader 183. Is asking, will the T54E1 get a pen buff?
Once again, this is something I'd have to take a look at the data. I don't know where this sits in terms of like its average damage and win rates. We'd have to run this by the tank designers, get their inputs. Certainly something we can keep in mind and have a look at, though. I certainly don't have the data and haven't looked at this like anytime recently, so I can't tell you definitively like, oh, it's in a good place right now for us to let it sit for a little while longer. So it's something we'll have to take a look at if there is concern.
Cool. I like this name here. We have Lazy Hornet. What is the next tech tree country?
It is Romanian for the Cold War game mode.
Very good, very good. We have another question here from War Eagle 1968. They're asking, is there any chance of making room just for clan battles that doesn't charge silver per battle?
That's an interesting question. There's some active conversations happening, and something might be coming in the near future. I'll leave it at that.
Cool. I like it. What about, let's see here. We have Drew is asking, super test program opening anytime soon?
Right now, no plans for open recruitment.
And I believe when we do have recruitment open, we have we make a note of it on our media channels, especially I would say just keep your eye out on Discord. Probably let you know then. Let's see what else we got here.
I'm digging through the chat.
We have Professor XC asking, how is MOE calculated when it comes to combining damage? Do you only get your spotting, or do you only get your tracking, or is it a bit of both, like mixed in?
It's your damage plus the highest value of your spot or track assist.
Okay. That's hopefully that clarifies it a little bit there for you, Mr. Professor. I believe we still have a little giveaway.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good on time this week. I think this question came up before. A momentary genius. Any word on a tracer round to help detect tanks in Cold War? Yeah, this one was asked before. I liked the idea. The concept is that you can fire a tracer round and like a little dart sticks to a tank and keeps them spotted for longer. Right now, no current plans. Certainly something I can probably get a ticket out. So at least we have it in the back of our minds and find what would be a good time to implement this, and how do we think in terms of balancing and changes that it could offer.
Yeah, it'd definitely be interesting to take a look at. Not necessarily only that, but other fun things.
Sinister One. Any more community contributor names coming to map locations? Asking for a friend. I feel like it's a very strong hint.
Or is he asking like he wants like his name engraved in the rock somewhere or something?
Okay, for context, we started this initiative 2 years ago, maybe with the release of Cold War mode. I actually forget when this was. Myself and the other level designers, we started actually giving labeled locations on your large map. So not the expandable map, when you go into the map menu in game. And we give a lot of shout out locations of here's just Ridgeline, here's the East Front. And each map we also try to apply just, a little nod to our community and to our players. It is a little acknowledgement and thank you. We'll kind of have a little fun of throwing their names into like a little, Sinister. I'm trying to think of a fun example. The Sinister Valley. Desert. Sinister Valley.
Yeah. I like it. And the Sinister Ravine. Sinister Lake.
Sinister One, if you were to give me a recommendation, what would you like your name to be associated with?
Sinister Spicy Chicken. I mean, what?
Yeah, Goliath Games. I think I recall putting that one in Goliath Gulch.
That one's a good one. Goliath Gulch. I like that one.
I think we put that into Kasserine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any question from Dart Swinger 73? Any chance of the next season being Transformers?
Sorry.
We have a lot of Transformer fans on the dev side as well. I mean, I grew up in the 80s. I love the classic cartoon. I had some of the toys as well. As always, like with much of our licensing with any sort of products and whatever it might be, these are discussions and meetings that we'd have to have with, is it Hasbro is like the owner of Transformers, right? I'm not
100% sure on that one.
Yeah. Nah, no worries. What I'll tell you right now is no, there is no Transformers season coming along, but we are fans. I'd personally love to see it. It's just a licensing deal that we'd have to figure out if we can ever achieve it.
Speaking of that franchise, I like when I was a little kid, I watched all that stuff, and the first one that was 3D, I thought it was real life. I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing, right? I can't believe it's next gen, And then I went to college and I learned how to do 3D modeling myself, and I was like, man, I could do this stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's just going back in the past, I was like, oh my god, it's so crazy. But yeah, nowadays it's not as impressive with all the technology we have.
Yeah. Let's see. Question from Keegan.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't the champion tanks return? Are they licensed, or is there another reason? So these were vehicles always tied to exclusive rewards associated with a special event. I believe like we did this with the original like Tank Bowl. First time we ran that, God, that was some years ago. So these were meant to be an award for players to work together, and they pick their teams and they manage to be on the winning team for earning so many like points driven on that. So yeah, nothing that I can really say in terms of like bringing them back in some sort of sales bundle, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, I just got confirmation here from our friendly neighborhood engineer that it is Hasbro and Takara that own the rights. So
Okay,
we're
okay.
correct.
My memory serves me well.
Mm-hmm. We have a question here from a loaded psycho. He's asking, what's the ETA on the tier 10 tank skins?
Nothing planned this year. I'm sorry, still not planned to release until later this year.
So we are well aware about these special skins, and hopefully we'll get them out in time. Speaking of in time, I think we should take a look at our winner here for
our giveaway, right?
Yeah, our giveaway that we have rolling, and that is for the Super M48. And as I mentioned before, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and check out our Twitter page because we're doing a giveaway there as well for another M48. And Bam, hit me with a drum roll here. A special piratey drum roll.
Do pirates have a different drum roll? I think I would have an actual drum, right?
Listen, I don't even know if they'll have a drum, but our who might know is our winner of the day.
Oh.
It is Ricardo X. Congratulations.
Congrats.
The winner. And that is, sorry, I cut off your clan tag there. It's SWFC Ricardo. So there you go. Congratulations. You are the lucky winner of the M48.
Tank, how are you feeling on time? Do you want to go with a few more questions here?
Sure.
And in that case, what do you think about one more giveaway?
One more giveaway. Let's do it. What are we giving away here? What are our lucky people gonna get?
What about this guy standing right behind me?
Ooh. Spooky. I like it.
A chance for the Jolly Roger.
Chance for the Jolly Roger. All right. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and enter in our giveaway. If you have already entered, you're already good to go. No worries there.
Amazing. So we'll run that for a couple minutes. I'll try to go through a few more questions that are coming up here from you guys. Just a cone. Can we have more cones in game?
Yeah, that's why I was laughing earlier. He put like a little emoji of like a face going like something cone, like trying to think of something for
Cone commanders.
Yeah.
I would just love to see more orange cones placed in some of our urban maps and like actually let them have good physics and you can bounce them around as you run over them. There would be no gameplay purpose to it, but
well, you say no gameplay purpose, but I would imagine they might have the same physics that like a destroyed turret on the floor might have, because you do know that like if you were to hit that with enough force, you could hit it into an enemy tank and like do damage with it.
What if you can push a line of cones into an enemy tank's tracks and it just gets caught up in it, slows them down?
Just
you can't repair.
Breaks their treads. Enough cones get stuck in there, you break their treads.
Max Chaos says construction zones. We need more construction zones.
Yeah. I mean, definitely we could have like an urban area with a bunch of construction zones.
Let's see. Got a question from Ninja Kick. Any chance of bringing back ranked? So I believe he's referring to ranked battles. So it won't be. We don't plan to restore it in the way that you guys probably remember it. It's not going to be its own kind of game mode that you go into, and it's its own matchmaking. We are trying to solve solutions that can put you guys into some sort of ranked system against players in just the normal battle queues. So same matchmaker that you guys know and play in right now. We just might have some support for a ranked system and leaderboards to go along with it. That's right now just conversations and tickets right now. We don't have any hard dates to give you at this time. Another question from Burnsy 2020. Can we get mercenaries for Cold War? Actually, we are looking to creating some new mercs for next year. That's all the details I can really provide you at this time.
Awesome. I think I have our winner here, Mr.
Oh, that was quick. You downloaded them that quick.
Yeah, we've downloaded the winners here. And I think we're prepared to announce them. What do you think, Mr. Bam?
Let's do it.
All right. And the name of our winner here for the Jolly Roger Commander is Tommy Boy 70. Congratulations, Mr. Tommy Boy. And I think
congratulations.
That about wraps it up for us this week. Mr. Bam, you got anything?
I think we are good to wrap it up this time. Thank you everybody. This was a lot of fun. I wish I could bow and take my hat off, but this is not actually physically on my head.
It's not moving. All right, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Thank you for hanging out with us. And for those of you that are on Twitch, stick around. We're going to go raid one of our community contributors. And for the rest of you, I'll see you on the battlefield.
See you there.
Take care, everyone. Have a great one.
Bye-bye.